Welcome to Gifted Underachievers, the podcast for mid-level creatives with delusional ambitions. In this segment, Pat and James discuss creatives reeking of the stench of privilege, we call them stenchers, and what it means for the rest of us to grind it out as creatives. Hey Pat,
Yeah.
what's a stencher?
Well, James, I don't know if we have the exact same definition, so this is going to be interesting. So, stencher, the term comes from the stench of privilege, which is sort of to me, it's got a sense of, what's obliviousness to it. People are in a privileged situation in their lives, particularly with relation to their craft. They have some money, or they've got a really great situation going on that they didn't, claw their way into to our satisfaction. And so we're calling them, and then they give an interview or they write something and they say something that's just so oblivious about their own privilege that they reek of it. They reek of unacknowledged, even unseen privilege. And so we are calling those people stenchers because they emit the stench of privilege. And I think our goal is to ferret out stenchers and expose them.
Yeah.
Well, how do you understand the term?
Well, I think we're pretty close. The obliviousness piece, absolutely. People who, talk about their mummified suffragette, right, that they keep next to their writing desk to remind them of the suffering of the women that came before them, kind of.
Ooh.
That's like that obliviousness, because they talk about it all the time,
Yeah,
right?
that's good.
Right. They're like vegans. They can't stop talking about it. And then there's the obtuse part too, right? And it's like maybe intentionally obtuse because they feel this need to promote themselves in a way that just feels really like gimmick, not a little gimmicky, but a little, I guess what I would say is it's bougie creative stench,
Oh, I love that.
right?
Yeah.
Right? Bougie creative stench.
Yeah.
And so, we find these people, we probably all know these people, we've met these people, we've, been reading poets and writers, or just about anything, Paris Review perhaps. And if you go back and you read some of the little bios that people who get published put in there, it can be a little stenchy. Sometimes it can be very bougie creative stench.
And I really like what you say about the sort of the bougie aspect, the obtuseness, because there's an element of image, in that. Like, what is a writer's image? Oh, here's my image. I'm this person. So there's kind of a denial of grit or something.
Yeah. 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 Look at me. There's definitely a look at me aspect to this,
Yeah.
right? It's the kid who in first grade shows up with a $50 bill,
Oh my God. Yeah.
right? And shows it around.
Yeah.
Look at kind of rude. And then says, I brought it in because I felt like the other children in our first grade class had not yet seen a $50 bill. I'm sharing the experience.
Yeah.
And I will let, some of you hold it.
Oh God. Exactly.
That's our, that's it. That's our.
And just want to even further nuance this. I think that stenchers can be genuinely like, I'm so lucky. Uh, Look at this. These are handmade tiles. I'm so lucky. Um, but it's just stenchy.
Yes. Yes. Like look at me. I'm great. I've done this, I've done that, and I have this and I have that. But my humility prevents me from acknowledging how lucky I am.
Okay, I think we've unpacked this to a
Get
pretty
it?
good degree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to Gifted Underachievers, the podcast for mid-level creatives with delusional ambitions. If you know a stencher, or you'd like to be a stencher on our show, please leave a comment or send us an email to giftedunderachievers@substack.com. Thanks for listening.